What's up, guys? Hey, how are we doing? Sorry, I was a little bit late today. I've been having some issues getting connected, but how's everybody doing today? Looks like we got Thailand in the house. Drop Bear, what's happening, my brother? So you guys got your own conversation going. All right, jumping right in. Idaho, what's up, Idaho? Love Idaho. Idaho's awesome. All right, guys, let's get into the Indianapolis preview. So it is a Triple Crown event. I love Triple Crowns when they're on tracks like this. So we all know Indianapolis breaks down. It gets really soft out there. And I can't imagine what that's going to do throughout three main events. You got to find someone who's going to get three starts and stay consistent for three main events. Yeah, very possible that Webb gets it done. But I got a sleeper for you guys. First, Hunter Lawrence is making his comeback. He is back from Daytona. He had that shoulder injury, but he will be racing. Bad news, Australian Aaron Tanti, who has come over here and really tried his hardest to get it going with the PRMX team. And this guy's talented, and I'm really disappointed he hasn't been able to race, but Aaron Tanti's out. And then Dylan Ferrandis. This is such a bummer. Dylan Ferrandis is not going to be racing this evening. Yeah, such a bummer. He won't be racing tomorrow. He's got some sort of an illness, but anyway, yeah, and then he gets off, and then he'll get a week off, and hopefully he'll be back for Seattle. All right, guys, let's go to the 450 class. And we all remember Jett Lawrence has issues in Triple Crowns. He's got a mental block. He has been the most dominant rider for the last 2 years. He's so good and so talented. And, everyone's like, oh, can he beat Eli at Daytona? Check. He did that. Can he win a Triple Crown? He has not done that. So everybody has hope again this weekend. Can they beat Jett in a Triple Crown? I got to say no. Jett's going to break through and get that. Austin Hatch, what's happening, my man? Your money's on Kenny? Possibly. I don't know, man. Honestly, you could take the top 8 guys and just throw darts at them. Other than Jett on top and Cooper being right there on the podium, I don't know what else. So I got Jett as number 1. I think he's finally going to get it done in a Triple Crown. Then I've got El Hombre. Everybody forgets how good El Hombre is from time to time. He was riding loose and fast towards the end of that moto in Alabama, or end of that main event in Alabama. I think Jason Anderson might win this, but like I said, I got to go with Jett. But I got Jason Anderson coming in at second, and I think he's going to get one main event win. He's solid at these Triple Crowns. He likes them. He's feeling good, and he does not want to go this season without a win. Cooper Webb. When the track gets soft, he's so good at finding those new lines and turning down, but I don't know if he can get it going early enough, because that track's going to be looking prime the first main event, possibly the second main event, because they do a little bit more track maintenance during the Triple Crown. So we shall see. But I got Cooper Webb in third, and then I got a very frustrated and angry Chase Sexton, who used to be the merchant of speed. He just doesn't have the speed. Ever since he's gone to that Red Bull KTM, he can't get it done. And I don't know what else to say. Chase Sexton, but he's good enough to, even on a bad day, get fourth. So I got Chase Sexton in fourth. And one of you guys there just picked Ken Roczen, and he very well could win, but I got him coming in at fifth. When the track gets super scary and nasty like they do sometimes, I just don't see him. And he hasn't been the best starter this year. He's just kind of come through the pack and charged. And I'm going to go Ken Roczen in fifth. And then Tomac, the winningest rider in 450 Triple Crowns. Unfortunately, I got him at sixth. Eli can't do what he's been doing. He hasn't been starting good. He's been riding not good. I mean, he had beast mode. He's had moments, but he's just out, man. I would love nothing more than see Eli get his shit together and dominate. But man, like I said, I'm cool with Eli just as long as he's having fun. I got him in sixth. I got the people's champ, Aaron Plessinger, in seventh. And I've got Justin Cooper, who's been riding really good, but I don't think he can maintain it for 3 races in a row. So I've got Justin Cooper in eighth. Malcolm Stewart, once again, I see him. I really think in one of these 3 races, he's going to have a flash, just like how he wins heat races and has moments. but I don't think he can put it together. So I have him in ninth place. And before I found out that Dylan Ferrandis was sick and not racing, I had him in 10th, but I have Hunter Lawrence in 11th. And then future commentator Adam Cincerillo, who will be replacing Ricky Carmichael, according to what I've heard, because listen, it's not a secret that he's had that injury in his wrist and where his hand goes numb, and you can't race like that. And with David Villeman reporting that Kawasaki has signed Jorge Prado, well, that looks like the end for Adam Cincerillo, because is he really going to go with a privateer team, a Phoenix Honda, or anything like that? I just don't think that it's worth the investment with his hand going numb. But this guy is so good for the sport. This guy can talk. He won't be in the booth right off the bat, but I guarantee he will be on that broadcast, and it's going to put more pressure on Ricky Carmichael. So look for Adam Cincerillo to eventually replace RC in that booth. That will be his spot for the next 15, 20 years. He is made for this, period. All right, guys, let's get into the 250 class, which is so much more fun. Hey, just so you know, I would love Matt Burkeen. I've loved listening to him when he calls these events. He's so fun. And there's no chance in hell they'll ever put Matt Burkeen in there, but they should. He's a lot of fun, and the guy can talk. So, Cody Schock. Such a bummer. He's the feel-good story of the year. Being picked up off the scrap heap, fired. The only reason Club MX had room for him is because they got screwed by Enzo. So they give him a ride, and he comes out, and he's 4 points out of the lead heading into the last round, riding really good. Won a heat race. How awesome was that for Cody Schock, a guy who throughout his career has had trouble making mains and struggling, is now elevated to winning heat races. But he did have a cracked collarbone. And that's the one knock on Cody Schock, is that he, Chris Fulton, ordered strap this week. You rock. Thank you for supporting those guys. They're awesome. And yeah, I definitely appreciate that. But back to Cody Schock. He's 26 years old. He's been injured a lot. He's got to figure out some sort of way to be durable. And I don't know that you can. Some guys just aren't. He does look like a 70s cop. It's so funny, but dude is right. He was riding good. But that bump from Hayden Deegan, which I think was just within reason at the end. Cooksey can't read, but he is still the best. Why can't I read? Come on, man. Oh, I can read whatever. I'm a motocrosser. It is what it is. But I did go to college. Funny story. I'll save that for the end. How about Enzo Lopes? Gosh, dang. He bet his career on one season. Looks like he lost. I don't know where he goes from here. I don't know who signs him. Now he's got a bad reputation for burning Club MX. He's got zero results from Star. What do you do? I honestly don't know. I like Enzo Lopes, even though he's really mad at me because I called him out on the way he handled that incident with Club MX, because you couldn't have better people over at Club MX. He shouldn't have done that to him, or he should have been a lot more upfront with them. But it is what it is. This is a small industry, and you can't go burning bridges like that. Looks like you haven't slept. It's the angle. But hey, thanks. I appreciate that, Dick. I had a little bit of whiskey last night. What can I say? I had a friend hand me over, and yeah, I'm a little bit hungover. Okay, so 250 predictions. Hayden Deegan, guys. Hayden Deegan is going to get it done. This is when great riders step up. The pressure it's going to be tight, man. It really is. He's put this pressure on himself, acting the way he's acted. And I'm not justifying what he's acting like. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying we let these guys act however they want to act. They want to work that out. That's between them and their team. But the AMA and the organization has no business stepping in and talking about code of conduct. They can kiss my ass. Unless it's something really bad, let these guys be who they are. I did drink some of Coach Rob's stuff. It's really good. But Hayden Deegan's going to win. And Tom Vial is going to get second. And he's really, that confidence, he's going to get maybe one main event win. But he's good. But I'm still not completely sold on him. both his wins have a bit of an asterisk. One was Daytona, which that's just a different one. And then the other one is No Whoops, which it's so good. That sounds gay, drinking coaches stuff. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's horrible. Um, Pierce Brown is going to get on the podium. Pierce has been consistent this year. Other than that one thing he did where he came in there and parked Jalek Swoll, he's been relatively quiet and just good. Pierce Brown's fast. He wants on that podium and he's not that far out in the points, guys. He's been really consistent. I expect Pierce Brown to get a podium. So I've got Hayden Deegan, Tom Vial, Pierce Brown, McAdoo. He's fast as crap. He's going to lead laps. He's going to be all over there, but he's going to have some issues. You can't hold it together in 3 straight races. That's just, I don't know. I'm still not sold on Wackers as being Mr. Consistent, although he has been. Max Anstey. Listen, that interview he did after his bike blew up was about as class act as you could ever be. But at the same time, I don't like that they're like, it's over. It's not over. He's only like 21 points out. Seriously, he can get back in this. If he wins a couple of races, there's 2 East-West shootouts. There's a lot of racing. It is not over. And I love his team owner. But to do that thing where he was like crying, man, listen, I don't want to knock guys that put themselves out there because that was awesome. And I really appreciate it. But you guys got to understand the season's not over yet. They're like throwing in the towel. I'm like, are you serious? Come on, fight back, see what you can do. But if I had seen more of that fight back attitude, I would say he's probably going to win or get on the podium. But the way they just decided it was over has me putting him in 5th place. Dax Bennick. I would love to see Daxton do better because, I mean, he's awesome. But yeah, he got that podium. Sometimes when you get a podium early in your career like that, right off the bat, this first race podium, it really kind of messes with you because now you got to go up from there. Sometimes it's almost better to struggle your first few races and gradually increase. Like Deegan got a 4th and then finally got to the podium. But now Dax, it's almost like, okay, well, now if you're not on the podium, what's wrong? When in reality, he's doing just fine. He's just making some a few mistakes. And then Jalek Swoll on that Triumph. Don't be surprised if he's in the mix. I really like that Triumph. I like that team. Bobby Hewitt's a badass to put that thing together, despite some of the people in the announcer's booth who have hindered that effort. He takes a lot of Carmichael takes a lot of credit for that Triumph thing. But I'll tell you what, guys, I'm working on some stuff about how that budget works. And honestly, he's robbing from that team in a sense of, I'll get into all that later when I have a little bit more details. But Carmichael, you guys wonder why I'm on him? Because he does some bad things. Seth Hamaker. Seth's banged up. I mean, he's hit his head a couple times. I don't see him getting another podium. I love Seth. He's a great person. But I got him an 8 this weekend. It's hard, man. It's a really stacked 250 field also. You got stacked 450s. And everyone's so close. It just takes a couple good things and these guys go. Chance Hymas riding on that torn ACL. On factory Honda, you got to be a little bit better than 9th, even if you're riding with a torn ACL. That sucks. I mean, what a bummer to take off last year, get it healed, and then have it torn again. Oh, poor guy. And then J Mart. I love J Mart. I just want J Mart to be smooth, fast, and to see him get up in the top 5 last week, I was so stoked for the guy. Good on J Mart. 10th place. So let's run these back down. In the 450s, I got Jett 1st, Anderson 2nd, Webb 3rd, Sexton 4th, Roxon 5th, Tomac 6th, Plessinger 7th, Cooper 8th, Stewart 9th, Hunter Lawrence 10th, and Adam Cincerillo coming in at 11th. So for you playing Rocky Mountain, I would have picked Justin Cooper for your Rocky Mountain wild card in 8th place. In the 250s, I got Hayden Deegan, Tom Vial, Pierce Brown, McAdoo, Anstey, Bennick, Swoll, Hamaker, Hymas, and Martin to round out the top 10. All right, let me go over some of your guys' comments, and then let me know. I took a little flack from some relatives after talking politics last week. I love talking politics, and I can't help it. It's funny, so I might do that at the end if you guys want. Jamie Johnson, Ricky's a black belt in karate. He's looking for you. Hey, he knows where to find me. I'm not hiding anywhere. He could be a black belt in whatever he wants. He's a midget. Not that I want to fist fight the guy, but come on. Are you serious? I like the politics stuff. I do too. Yeah, maybe I ought to do. You know what? I might do a politics channel over on Rumble where I don't get in trouble. Um, don't bet money on Cooksy's predictions, people, unless you want to lose money. Dude, don't bet money on anyone's predictions these days. It's that close. I don't know what else to tell you. If you could think you can predict all the winners the day before, I'm a lot more accurate if you ask me after practice. Um, why are little fellas so angry? That's a good question. I don't know why, and they always like to mess with the taller guys. Matt V. What do you like about Denny Stevenson as an analyst, Cooksey? I like Denny. Denny's authentic. He gives you what he gives you. He goes for it. He's not scared to put his opinion out there. He's not scared to be wrong. It is what it is. Data pusher. Yeah, no one can predict. No, and that's why it's fun because it's a prediction, and that's why if we could actually predict it, nobody would watch the races. It is what it is. Let's see. Another question here. Can you bet on Supercross? No, but interesting fact. A friend of mine was racing the Moto America race at Daytona. You can bet on Moto America. They found an offshore betting site that actually was placing odds on the Daytona 200. I wish somebody would do that for Supercross. I want to bet. It just makes it so much more fun. I have some interesting ways that I would do it differently, but gambling always helps sport. And people talk about, oh, it'll mess up the integrity. Well, they're idiots. They're not paying attention. When you have money being bet on these sporting events, guess what? They're watched a lot closer. The integrity, you'll find out if there's point spreads or anything like that. Yeah. I'm in Thailand, so no need to here. Oh, the VPN. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Thailand. I can't wait. By the way, Mark Savage, he is flying myself and my buddy Jameson out there for his world record 24-hour motocross attempt in August. It's going to start late July. We're going to fly out in the end of July, be there for like 10 days in August. I can't wait. Honestly, I'm going to check it out because I wouldn't mind moving there when my daughter is old enough to go to college. I'm going to probably bounce. And if it's as beautiful and inexpensive as I keep hearing, I might be living in Thailand. I just need some good Wi-Fi so I can keep doing these podcasts. Let's see. That was a Carmichael-ism. What was a Carmichael-ism, Chris? Anyway, yeah, I'm not making fun of the stuff that Carmichael says when he says his isms and getting words wrong. If you guys have really been paying attention, the problem I have with Carmichael is that first off, he won't commit to anything. That's the I think, I believe, and he doesn't share the information that I know he has. Let's see. Does anyone remember BMXer Troy McMurray and Brian Deegan's beef? No, I don't remember that one. I wish Ricky would just call out sick and they just bring in Stu. That was so great at Anaheim 1. I really did enjoy that broadcast. So that's it, guys. I'm trying to keep these the live prediction show pretty short, but I'm going to talk one little political issue here. But I'm going to let all you guys bounce. If you don't want to hear any politics, which a lot of you guys don't get pissed. Just turn it off right now. I'm going to give you a couple seconds. I'll cover the screen, get a little block. And when we're going to go to one issue that I just thought was funny. All right, guys. Now this is the political take. I cannot believe the fact that Joe Biden is upset, or he's defending the fact that he called them illegal. And he says, I shouldn't have done that. They were undocumented. Let me tell you this. If I go and I don't have a license to drive my car and I drive it on the road, am I undocumented or am I driving illegally? The cop that gives me a ticket is going to say that's illegal. So that's illegal. I don't know what else to say. It's one of the dumbest wordplay things I've ever seen. I don't understand why we have to illegal and undocumented. If you're here and you didn't fill out your paperwork, then that's not legal. So by definition, it's illegal. They think we're idiots. I don't understand why the wordplay and why it's such a big deal. It's not disrespectful to call someone an illegal if they don't have their proper paperwork. You know what? That's offensive to people who've done it legally, calling them immigrants. They're not. They're illegal immigrants. There's immigrants and illegal immigrants. And guess what? Most of us are just a couple generations out of people who legally immigrated here. That's what we need. Um, Joel Atkinson, the let's see here, is criminal alien. However you want to do it, it doesn't matter. And then the other one little thing is I'm pissed off. There's a big package that will really help shut down the border. Why do they have to tie Ukraine money into that? I don't understand. Well, let me rephrase that. I understand it, but it's disgusting. Um, your politicians invited them, yeah, because they need the votes from those dumbasses, and and that's why they don't want you to have a driver's license to vote, which is ridiculous. But back to yeah, you know what? I'm going to get off politics, guys. I don't want to make too many people mad. So, anyway, I hope RFK has a chance. Oh, I really do. I don't think he does, but man, that's my guy. So, all right, guys, peace out, and I will catch you guys after the race, probably Sunday. I'll come out depending on what happens because you know crazy stuff happens in this Triple Crown. But hey, I just want to thank you guys. I really, really do appreciate everybody. The Cooksey mob is strong, and I appreciate you guys. Thanks, man.